Hi guys, I think we are live. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day everybody. My name is Albert Tam from Download Silo. And today we have a guest from United Kingdom. He's none other than Omar. Omar, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. And thanks for
Okay.
the invite, Albert.
So guys, today we are actually going to talk about web design tool, which is actually very powerful. I would say AI powered. So the founder is Omar Farouk. So before we actually start, let me do some housekeeping as usual. And let me see who are actually online now. We're like checking the live chat on my right hand side. Okay, HM Suja, Sujit Biswas. I don't know who is this guy. There's no putting up your name. Okay, maybe I should put the link for this from Wave video. Let me click that and paste it into the Facebook chat. So guys, if you are first coming, please click that link to give permission to Wave Video to show your name and profile photo so that we know who are actually commenting and talking at the back end. So that is the link. So guys, we have Siwa Kumar and Iran Soa. Okay, that's good. So I guess we should start now. We can ask some maybe warming up question to Omar. Omar, are you ready?
Yeah, go for it. I'm ready.
Okay, so this is not an exam question. This is a friendly talk. Okay, I know that there are a lot of SaaS tool, web design tool in the market. So before we actually go into detail on this Glorify, it's a very beautiful name to be frank. So we want to know, especially the audience always ask, where is this guy from? What is actually his background? Is he a designer or is he an entrepreneur or whatever? So can you just elaborate a bit?
Yeah, sure. So I would say I'm a designer turned tech founder and entrepreneur. My background really is in design. That's where my sort of whole practice, my expertise came from. I studied design in school. I then proceeded to go to university for motion design, which I graduated in London for, and then started getting into the industry right away. I was fortunate enough to get into the tech industry very early on. So the first company I started working in was as a motion designer in a tech startup, and from there just kind of proceeded. And very early days, just really grew a passion for designing products and software and apps and things like that. And so this is where I think my trajectory started shifting towards SaaS. And I started building my first SaaS company as a result of having experience within the e-commerce space. My first business as a side hustle while I was pursuing my design career was an Amazon FBA business. And through that, I was able to get build my business muscle, and from there I was able to um, you know get the sort of my business sense and take that over and transfer it over to my passion in SaaS. And in fact, the first SaaS I built was for that specific audience. So this is where Glorify came in. I actually built Glorify for initially as a design tool for Amazon sellers, and this is back in 2016, and it's evolved a lot more since then. It's not, of course, only for Amazon sellers anymore. It has a much more broader audience, from e-commerce to digital marketers to coaches, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's a little bit about my trajectory into SaaS.
I see. So which mean your previous start is actually a continuation, until now, right?
Yeah, so I mean, since 2016, so I was running Glorify I started Glorify in 2016. At the time, it was called had a different name, to be fair, alongside my agency, and my agency was catering specifically to e-commerce startups at the time. And the reason being is because I had success in e-commerce, I thought it'd be great to create a design agency that helps e-commerce businesses create really beautiful product imagery, galleries, online stores, etc., and help them increase their conversions. And so on the side, I knew that entrepreneurs needed a tool to efficiently create high converting graphics for their e-commerce campaigns, and that's where Glorify started. So we started building it in 2016. On the side, we hired a small development team who's to this day still in our team. Our CTO has been there since day one. And when we launched in 2019, we had our initial success. In fact, just through the lifetime deal community, which you guys are part of, we were able to raise over $300,000 in the first 6 months, which was amazing, a huge target. And I think the reason we were able to do that was at the time we were a very innovative tool. we were probably the only tool that had a AI powered background removal tool. And we all know AI is like a huge thing now. It wasn't so much a big thing back in 2018, 2000. But here we are. And so what happened was we were able to penetrate the market as a very specialized tool for background removal with templates and specifically for e-commerce. And we had that initial traction, and we raised VC funding in our second year. And since then, it's been quite a impressive journey for us. Definitely a journey of ups and downs. Part of it is trying to rebuild our product because, as you guys know, the design space is very competitive.
Mhm.
And you have titans like Canva and titans like Adobe. So we've really had to think outside the box and keep generating revenue, keep building new frontiers and features. And so we've always stayed committed to this vision. And if you look at Glorify now, it's an infinite canvas design tool that is easy to use, just as easy as Canva to use. I would argue it's very simple. It's infinite canvas technology is similar to like Figma, so you can have lots of designs in one canvas, which I'll show you guys in a moment. And we've got AI tools on top of it as well to power your design process.
I see. That's good. So before we actually go into the backend, I mean the Glorify backend, may I know what is your development team? Are they in UK or are they distributed across the world?
Yeah, so our team is distributed across the world. We're registered as a UK registered company. We're backed by a UK based VC, Fuel Ventures. You can go check them out. We're inside their portfolio. Um, so our team is basically our development wing, who's based in Pakistan, and we have another sort of some individual freelancers that work for us within different places. So we have India, Italy, Philippines, Sri Lanka, which is where I'm originally from, and some of us are of course in London as well. So that's as far as the makeup of our team. And we've had people come and go from all kinds of parts of the world. We're very agnostic to where we work with what team. We're a remote first company. So we've had people from Serbia at one point, from the US, from all parts of the world really.
Okay, thank you for your the call introduction and also some explanation on the development team. I noticed that almost all the founders I interview or maybe have a Facebook live with them, almost all of them have a team that is distributed across the world. So now the world is truly borderless. So you can be in UK, you can be India, you can in Singapore or Malaysia, and your team can be few thousand miles away. So that's the beauty of internet, beauty of
Sure, for sure.
internet.
Actually, interestingly, some of the most successful SaaS companies I'm connected with are very remote. Take Hopin, for example. They're a fully remote company. Miro is semi-remote, so they have a lot of their core team members that are remote, which is, of course, they're a huge company as well. They're very growing rapidly fast. So it's definitely not unheard of anymore. It's a very common thing.
Mhm. Okay, so why don't you go into the backend of your Glorify app? You just sharing your backend.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to share you guys. I'm pretty sure some of you guys may be already familiar with Glorify. It is a popular tool within the lifetime deal market space, may I say.
Yes.
I'll go into starting with the new file. I think this is my dashboard. I actually use Glorify for my own files. I think it's interesting just to show you what I use Glorify for. I think that could be a good use case. I'm a YouTuber, so I use Glorify for my YouTube channel, and I create thumbnails. You can go check out my YouTube. Little plugin, if that's okay, Albert. My handle on YouTube is at Build with Omar. But you can see that I create content on YouTube, and these are my thumbnails, right? So it's a very efficient design process, I find, and you can see first intro is the infinite canvas experience. It's a full canvas for you to just play around with and dump your ideas and arrive at different designs. You've got the way Glorify works is a very simple process. You have your tools and assets on the left, and you have your editing inspector on the right. On the top left, you have your file settings and under redo. And on top right, you have your presentation settings, your export share, your comments to share feedback with team members, as well as your Zoom widget. So the Zoom widget just helps you if you guys get lost. Just click focus room, really helps you find your way because the infinite canvas can be a bit daunting sometimes for some people. In terms of quickly going through our libraries, we have a range of stuff from, let's start with the tools. We have all your text tools. You can even add text on path, which is kind of cool. So take this text on path and select it on top of a shape, which allows you to, the text is a bit not the right color, but let's make it white, for instance. You can see, you can just add text within a shape, which is really fun to play around with. And we've got all the types of text you need, including bullet text. In fact, cool thing about this as well, I'll just duplicate. So you see, just quickly, literally taking a canvas, duplicating and changing variations, right? Really fun. I'll take this text and you notice that the inspect element is right here where you can choose a whole library of Google Fonts. The entire Google Fonts library is available in a preview, and you can also adjust it to sans serif or display fonts, and you've got full control of what fonts you want to view, and you can, of course, search for specific fonts. You can add styles to your fonts so you can save them for later, and all of your project fonts are pinned to the top, so really ideal over there. I'm only getting started, guys. I'm getting to the good stuff in the moment, just warming you up, right? So now the other thing I want to quickly share with you is the libraries. Sorry, again, let's go quickly through the tools. You got your standard shape tools. The way Glorify works with pretty much any element, like you notice with text, is that anything you select on the canvas will be editable on the right, and you have all its properties to edit. We don't use sliders because we find sliders take up too much space. We have the property example, the X value of this shape over here, the properties over here. Simply click and drag these properties to move them how you wish if you want them in a very specific way. You can control, for example, the square all the way from the corners. You can control that. You can unlock the corners and control individual corners as well. So you do have a lot of flexibility inside of Glorify, which is fun. The color picker is an essential tool. You can switch it to gradients and get all kinds of colors that you wish, as you can see. And you can switch to even saved brand colors, which I've saved for my particular brand, as you can see over here. So really, really efficient design process overall. And yeah, so we're going to go from here, and notice, very interestingly, just for a user-friendly experience, any element that's outside of your canvas won't be exported when you try. I mean, you can export an individual element. If you select it, click export, you can export the selection. But this orange means that it's outside of a canvas. So for example, if I add it here, it's not going to be exported if I export this canvas. To make this inside the canvas, you literally have to drag it in until it cuts into the canvas and it's no longer orange. So super user-friendly. You can now right-click these elements, send it to the back, and play around with it as much as you like. You've got a little tool widget on any selection to duplicate, delete, and access the more properties over here. So very, very user-friendly. Going back to our tools very quickly, just we're going to play around with these. You can see you can control these shapes, create really fun elements, as you can see, and round the corners just by pulling these sliders, right? Take the star shape, for instance, pull this in, and boom. So you can really customize this. And the properties are here as well to tweak. You can use these sliders on the right-hand side as well. And then finally, we have, well, not finally, there's a lot more still, but you've got the line tool, which you can drag and create really fun little arrows if you wish. And these comes with different pointer headers that you can play around with. Great for annotations, great for showcasing features or creating cool marketing graphics. We have a pencil tool as well, which is fun. Let's go ahead and add a little pencil mark on over here. You can see it's changed to my pencil tool, and boom, just from the pencil itself, why not? We have the pen tool as well, which allows you to create custom shapes. So select that, and you've got the pen tool selected, and you can drag and curve it with Bezier curves. A little bit more advanced tool for you guys who are a bit more confident in your design process, as you can see. And now I've got a custom shape. I'm going to try something interesting. Let's go ahead and create a really super custom shape. Any shape that you create in Glorify or you add inside Glorify, you can actually even, let me just tweak this a bit better. You can tweak again as you go over, and you can actually edit these elements by using your keyboard and hitting Control Edit, for instance. Yeah, so using my keyboard, I'm holding Command and editing these shapes. And the other cool thing about shapes is that you can add images inside them. So if you click on the edit panel, you can add an image. This is one of the founders of Brizzy. I recently did a webinar with him. Brizzy is a great web tool. We did a partnered webinar together, so I'll just use Nil's face as one of the founders of Brizzy. I hope he's okay with that. But you can see over here, I'm using the colors, and you can add shapes inside, images inside shapes, control them, edit the image, even create patterns, which is really fun. So for example, I'm going to scale this down, and boom, you got a whole pattern over here by just selecting this option here. And you got this really handy control to really adjust it how you want. Yeah, so upload your own custom images. You've got the button element, which is an important element. Again, if you want to add cool CTAs, I'm just going to delete this stuff. Watch now. Let's add that. Guys, we haven't got to the AI features. I'm saving the best for last, so stick around. Watch video now. And, just an example, we can tweak the button settings. We've got the corner radius, and you can, of course, add exactly. We can use the color picker to just make this a bit more consistent and change the font to a brand font. And then again, scale the font using the slider. And you can see we've got this really easy and versatile button element. You can even add icons to this button by simply adding the icon and choosing a specific, for example, let's go ahead and replace this icon by clicking the replace icon and hover. We'll go to the icon library and we'll find the play button. Boom. So I'm sure you guys can notice, really simple, right? It's not rocket science. It's using these sliders and customizing as you go along. Great. So that covers the majority of tools. We're coming to the good part, AI tools. Before that, very quickly, you can see the libraries have all the same tools we just went through, including templates as well. So the templates is really awesome. You've got a whole library of templates, tons of e-commerce and infographics, advertising, ebooks, you name it. And the cool thing about this, I'm going to actually add a new page just to show you the advantage of this is, let's open, in fact, a new page. Here's a new page. So we've got pages over here. Let's add an ebook with multiple pages, for instance. Let's go pick something like maybe this one. Oh, this one has only one page. Let's maybe pick this one. There you go. A full ebook ready for you to edit by simply clicking and adding that right on your canvas, right? So really, really powerful process. In fact, even let's go check out this product gallery, for instance. Here's a complete product gallery for your e-commerce images and advertising or posts even. Same for this set over here, all consistent in a specific style. So you can just stay within your specific style for that campaign without going off brand, right? So it makes it really ideal. Okay, cool. So that's your templates. We'll go over down and we can even watch Glorify tutorials while you're editing, which is super handy. So go to the tutorials panel, play a video, and you can hear me like you're hearing me now, rambling on about Glorify and get all the necessary information you need. Below this, tons of other libraries. You got images, free videos as well. We haven't even covered the video editor. You can edit videos in Glorify as well in the Infinite Canvas, believe it or not, which we'll cover in a moment. And we've got a whole library of videos, as you can see. In fact, let me do that. Let me, in the meantime, add a video. And let's say we're going to add a camera guy filming, probably perhaps this video over here. And boom, we're going to put this right over here as a image and play it, perhaps. And you can see it's a video. And you can actually use this video's elements in the background and create really cool ads with this. If you click the video handle on the bottom left, you can open the timeline and you can actually play the video over here, as you can see, and edit the timing. It's a beta feature for sure, but it's got a lot of versatility, right? And right now you can create up to 30-second long videos for ideally that's how long it should be. Yeah, so I think I just had a bit of an issue here. It looks like some of the elements slightly disappeared, but it could just be a minor. But like I said, it is a beta feature. We'll just delete that element for now. We'll go into the other elements, really important. We always cover this, which is our mockups. We've got a whole library of mockups, 3D hyper-realistic mockups that you can use in your projects. Let's go ahead and pick something like this ebook, for instance. So here's the ebook. I'll drop that in. And we can take one of the ebook designs that let's go find a template, for example. Perhaps let's say we edited an ebook and we're ready to create a, we'll go to ebook. Where's ebook? Yeah, there we are. And let's add maybe this one over here. Nice, beautiful cover. I'm going to take a screenshot. Ordinarily, what you would do is just export it, but just for the interest of time, I'll screenshot and paste it directly on my canvas. You can see it's pasting now. And you take the mockup. On the right-hand side, you've got all the mockup layers that you can edit. You simply click Edit Content, which will open a new layer, as you can see. And you can drag and drop any layer inside that, scale it to the right scale that you want, or even right-click, set it as background. And boom, you're good to go. You can see we've got a beautiful preview of that. And yeah, you can, of course, edit it, position it in the right place so you get the exact kind of effect that you want. So again, super powerful for this kind of stuff. Yeah, let's move on. So we got the 3D mockups, great for devices, great for all kinds of elements that you want to create. Coming to the end of this, lots of other items as well. You have shapes. Very quickly going to run through our libraries, and then we're going to come to the best for last in a moment, which is our AI features. This is not loading. Let me just try that again. Maybe there might be some development work going on here because we might be loading some new libraries. But we've got icon libraries. We have famous logos that you can use for any company. They're available here. You have backgrounds, buttons, blob maker, which is a fun tool to create unique blobs. Just did this for fun. No reason than just making it fun. You can add your brand kit in the back end, which there's plenty of tutorials for you to use. We have cool effects like smokes, fires, pretty much anything you can think of to create a more profound effect on your design. And yeah, and Pixabay, Pexels, Noun Project, Ouch illustrations, a whole library of illustrations for you to use off the bat. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Oh, text library as well. All these text templates that you can use for quotes, headers, and things like that, which is just a simple element that you can drag and drop and start utilizing right away. As you can see, ungroup or double click and edit. So any groups you can actually double click and edit, which is really easy to use. And finally, I think that's it. We're coming to the good part, which is the AI tools. Now, firstly, is everyone pumped with everything I've showed so far? Is everyone excited about it? I'd like to see in the comments section. What do you guys think about this tool? Do you find it as easy as Canva? Do you feel intimidated by it? Is it scary, or is it looks like a breeze? Right? I'd love to hear you guys in the comments. But the best for last is coming, which is the infamous AI tools that we have created, and I'm going to show you them in a very specific order, starting with our AI batch creation tool. This tool over here. When you click it, you come into this window, and from here you can choose any product that you like. We're primarily focused on e-commerce for this feature, but in the future it's going to be available for any type of design that you can imagine. Simply add your product. Let's go ahead and find a product, and let's say I'm going to add the sneaker over here. The AI tool will automatically remove the background. Background's gone. You can now go ahead and give it a brand name, and you can also give a description, and the AI will actually create a compelling title based on what you give it. For now, I'm just going to leave this information. I'm just going to go ahead, just in the interest of time, to pick a style. So let's say I want to go with a bold style. We'll click and add. And just like that, we have a design ready for you. You can see it's customized according to sneakers. Life Run, as an example, detected the product that understands, okay, what kind of content to create. We can shuffle the design, and you can get a different layout and try that out, or you can shuffle it again and get a different layout. And you got so much cool layouts generated just like that. But that's not all. There's also the AI batch editing option. So now that you've created all your designs, you can click all of these things. You've got your story post, your Instagram post, your square video for your posts over here, as you can see, all ready for you to edit. But check this out. Let's group select all of these things. Let's say I'm happy with this. I'll cancel the widget over here. You can batch edit all of these as well. So I can go ahead and select all the canvases and replace the images inside shapes by clicking replace. Let's go ahead and find a image inside Pexels. We'll find like someone running, for example, or you can, of course, upload your own custom images. Let's go ahead and add maybe this person over here running in the distance. Boom, just like that, we replaced the image, as you can see. Let's try replace another one, like this one. So really powerful replacement. And now let's go ahead and replace some of the other contents as well. We'll take this image, for instance, and replace the product with a new product. I've got a tag set in my uploads library for new product. So I've actually created a tag. Ooh, I don't think they're working. So these tags are actually the old ones that I had. So I'm just going to go and find a different tag. I think I've got a product somewhere here that I can use. Da-da-da. Yeah, let's use one of these images over here. So perhaps like the power bank, right? These templates are very versatile, so you can literally use any template you wish. So you can see just like that, all the products are replaced, and we can also batch remove the background out of all of them at the same time. So the background is there, boom, the background has disappeared. Now you have to just go adjust it a little bit. Now notice how like some of these images are cropped, and the reason is because I didn't have reset crop on replace selected. So this should be selected so that it resets the crop when we replace the image. So let's try that one more time, this time maybe with his headphones. And now notice the full product is in view. We can now go ahead and remove the background. All the backgrounds removed at once. Like how powerful is that, right? And next best part, we can now go ahead and change the colors all in batch. So we're going to choose the color palettes. We have a range of color palettes that you can select from and instantly shuffle through these colors with one single click and test various variations. That's right, I did say that, as fast as possible. So you can see how amazing is this? How much of a time saver is this, right? So really powerful. And let's say you want to get the colors more accurate to your brand, you can then go to the batch editor by selecting all the canvases, head down, customize the titles even. Life run. Let's change this to head set. Look at that. All the text is changing at the same time. We can go ahead and change the colors, for instance, right? So we'll group select this, go down, look at this color. We'll go and select a color that's more matching to this product, perhaps this kind of off green or yellow, and make it a bit brighter. And we can take the background color as well, which is this yellow over this brownish color over here, and make it a bit more neutral. And let's select this code over here and paste it over here and paste it over there. Boom. So just like that, look, like how much time are we saving, guys? Like be honest there. That is a lot of time that is being saved off the bat, right? Which is what we're really proud of at Glorify. So now, before I get into my process, I tend to get lost in the design process, and so I'm going to stop myself. Okay, so let's go to the next AI tools very quickly. So we have 3 other AI tools to show you. We got the AI writer. Let's test that out. So we can take text, for instance, like this title, and let's say we want a variation of this. I'll copy this and I'll say, go to the AI writer. It's OpenAI. Simply say you can paste any prompt you wish, and say, give me, for example, and just make it's as good as your prompt. We are going to make this better, so there's more suggestions on your prompt. But give me a variation of this, more concise, let's say. Okay, and let's do 3 variations and generate text. Boom. Elevate your runs, level up your runs with Propel, level up your runs with Propel. Yeah, so things like that. So we have different version and you want to replace it, select the text and simply hit the replace button over here and it'll give you an instant replacement of that text. Similarly, you can select multiple texts as well, and I believe you should be able to replace it all at once. Oh, you can't select multiple. I do apologize for that. But what you can do is on batch select, of course, take this text, for instance, and then replace it across all the other texts that you want to replace it with. So that works for sure. We have image AI generation. So let's go ahead and create a cool image for the background of this, for instance, like a cyberpunk background theme, and we'll go with like a anime style. Let's go ahead and generate it. Boom, just like that. Oh, it gave me a person's face, which is not what I was looking for. I was looking for more like a living room. Let's try to be specific. So again, AI is very hit and miss, as you know. You probably played with lots of AI tools already, but this is a very high quality image, as you can see. Let's see if we can get something a bit more accurate to what we are requesting. Oh, still saying anime. I think it's because of the category anime. I'm going to go text to image instead this time. and try that. So the category anime is just forcing anime portraits. So let's try text to image. There we go. So there we have like a cyberpunk living room, which is what I was looking for. And you can now add that inside the design. Send that to background, delete this, for instance. And cool. So we got that ready. Now let's keep moving. We'll go into the final tool, which is our AI background generator, which essentially allows you to take any product and generate a really cool background for it. So let's go ahead and show you an example. I'll go and pick a product such as this purple headphones that I've got over here. This is the headphones I've got here. You can create loads of kind of backgrounds like a tabletop, a paint background, a fruits background, all kinds of backgrounds, but I'm going to go for studio in this example to keep it simple. And just like that, you'll notice, hopefully it works well in our scenario. We got a nice little image of the product on a sort of studio setting. Of course, I've seen better variations of this. You got to test and keep trying it. And I mean, some of the ones I recently created was really, really impressive. But yeah, it is about testing it. We'll try it one more time, actually. There's no harm in trying, unless Albert says, hey, we're running out of time. How are we doing, Albert, so far with
Yeah,
time?
you can continue, no problem.
Great, great, great. Okay, let me try like the Pikachu mug, and we'll try maybe something like tabletop. So there's a lot of trial and error with this. You can keep trying it, and you can get some very interesting results. It's a powerful tool, no doubt, once you do it a few times. But yeah, like any AI, it can be a little bit unpredictable. But if I show you some of the ones that I generated recently, it'd be also quite. Ooh, let me click zoom to. Got a bit lost there for a moment, and my keyboard. Let me just reload. My keyboard is like stuck. So let me reload that. There we are. Perfect. Where is my page? It was on the last page, page 3. And yeah, so here's another example that the AI generated of this Pikachu mug. Bit wacky again, but you get the point. If you try a few variations of this, you can get somewhere with it for sure. But overall, like interesting setting, right? Um, So let me see if I got some previews of what you can actually generate. But other than that, guys, I'm open to take questions in the meantime. I think we've covered pretty much everything that we need to cover in terms of Glorify. There's a dashboard as well, and you can create projects, a specific plan. These are projects. Projects comes with ability to move your personal files from here, which no one can access, and share it with your team via projects, and invite your team members via this feature over here. Invite guests. So guests are people that you invite that are not part of your workspace, who are not essentially in here, who are not paid for, and they don't take a team slot. You can invite unlimited guests, and you simply do that by sharing an individual project with an email that is outside of your workspace. Um, I've got some very huge updates as well on Glorify. This is going to be really amazing that I want to share about, which is a public marketplace where people can now start earning revenue via our Glorify ecosystem, which I'd love to cover, Albert, in a moment. But if you think it's important, Albert, we can also go through the Q&A first and then do that later, or what do you prefer?
I think you can talk about the marketplace. I think somebody also mentioned that, in the question.
The marketplace. Okay, so let's go into marketplace, right? So for the longest time, we've had a native template library created by our team, which is available over here. It's Glorified Templates. People have been requesting for the longest time that, hey, I want to create templates and share it. So cool thing is you can do that by simply creating a template and using the share link, and then setting this to view and copy and giving that link publicly. And you can, of course, sell that link for anyone, any template that you create, so that users can copy that template over to their project. So that's the way we do it. But then we thought, okay, let's really incentivize people to join our community and really take advantage of the ecosystem we have created and consistently building and improving on. We're all about the long term. We're thinking about how to really penetrate this market to become the only AI powered infinite canvas AI tool, design tool that is for both digital marketers and entrepreneurs. Easy to use, unlike Figma and others, and with the ease of use from other tools like Canva that you guys may, of course, everyone knows about. So we're going to go into templates. And this is the ecosystem where the beginning of our ecosystem. We just launched this a couple of days ago. So you can see from templates, you have the marketplace. And this is where people are listing their templates. You can list templates for free. As you can see, this template is listed for free. And you've got some sizes included, a description, and the style and use case. And here's the creator. We'll also list you as a creator, if you're approved, your own storefront inside our website where people can find your templates. In fact, I have my own template available here. If you look at the bottom, there's me. This is my template, and my storefront. I'm still in the early stages. I would create more templates. I only got one template there. The other cool thing is you can add your website, you can add your social links, and you can get started right away. The cool thing about this platform is we're not taking any commissions from template sales. We have teachings, we have tutorials on how to teach you on how to sell your templates very easily. And as you can see, this is my template that I'm selling. If you click it, it goes to my dedicated template page where you can see the template previews. And if you click get it now, it'll take you through my lemon squeezy checkout page where people can buy it for $9.99. Guess what? The most powerful thing about all of this is that pop Glorify in similar web, and you're going to notice some groundbreaking results in terms of what we're doing in the backend for SEO. You may know that Glorify has a huge organic traffic search volume because we really focus on our blog a lot, as you can see. So we have a lot of content that we're creating and updating monthly. And if you pop our site on any SEO analytics tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush, for example, you'll notice that glorify.com comes in at 100,000, 110,000 unique visitors, 76 unique visitors month over month, and 110,000 visitors in total, which is a huge gold mine for you guys. On top of that, we are going to be doing all the marketing for you. So all you have to do is list your template with us. And the amazing part of this opportunity is that any featured templates will be featured in our social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook, communities. It'll go through our 300,000 user email list, which we're proud to send to you guys, send over and inform them about the best templates. And it's just getting started. So any early comers into this place will take advantage of this. By the way, Albert, you're lucky enough that this is the first webinar I'm announcing this on, by the way. I haven't announced it anywhere else. So really grab this opportunity. If you get a lifetime deal for Glorify, you also automatically buy into this opportunity to generate income. The coolest part of this is that if you go to the template marketplace and then head over to the bottom, see, like there's a lot of templates that we still haven't created in the public template marketplace. We have templates, of course, in our own inside of a Glorify editor, but these are basic templates. There's only a limited amount of templates. You can go ahead and really take advantage of creating bundles and kits with multiple pages, which is what we recommend. So template creators should be creating really sets and kits, not like individual templates, because that's what we will focus on inside of Glorify already. So an example of a template kit, let me just show you some of the templates we created and we are selling. Here's my template, for instance. Look how valuable this template is, right? It's got several designs. It's got beautiful designs as well, as you can see. It's editable via the batch editing. By selecting it all, we can replace the product. We can replace the colors, the text. It's super convenient for people that want to buy it and quickly generate a campaign for their e-commerce store, right? And so that's the idea of the template marketplace. And on top of that, sorry guys, I keep going to Figma. I shouldn't be doing that. Let me close that. Let me hide that. And let me hide that too. And let me go back to Glorify. So going back to, Glorify. To apply to become a template creator is very simple. Head over to our template marketplace, go to the bottom, and you of course have to have a paid Glorify account. Could be a lifetime deal, of course. And go to learn more. And this is the submit page, which gives you all the details on how to submit. Advantages is that you retain 100% of the revenue for every template sale. You can if you become an affiliate of Glorify, which is simple. You go to our footer and go to affiliates and apply to become an affiliate. You can even earn revenue from free templates that you list in Glorify's marketplace. Why? Because you can add when you share the template, right? You simply go to the share URL, you copy the link, and you give your customers the share URL with your unique affiliate ID at the end, right? With the affiliate ID at the end, anyone that clicks on your template from our creator marketplace will automatically be assigned to you as a sale. And you can essentially get a commission from templates that people download for free. So even your free templates, you can earn revenue, as well as upsell paid templates. There's no template submission limitations. Anyone can submit as many templates as they like. There's all the guidelines that you need in terms of do's and don'ts. There's a way that we show you how to name your template. We got a recommended format on how to name your template, and we have a video on how to sell your template as well, and also list your free templates. We are partnering with Lemon Squeezy for this, so you can create a free Lemon Squeezy account from here. It's 100% free to get started and start selling right away. It's an amazing platform to create a storefront. As you saw with my template, it was a beautiful checkout process, and very simple for anyone. And finally, you go through the submit form, which is over here. Once you click, you can watch the video, which I sort of give you a lot of the information I just shared with you right now is available in this video, and a few more tips like how to generate a beautiful description and beautiful template name using ChatGPT, for instance. And then once you come over here, you can submit your template and go through this entire form. And the second part of this will allow you to create your creator biography or profile for it to be listed inside Glorify. Once you get listed the first time, like Hassan has, it's easier to submit more templates because we'll prioritize the templates that have already been the creators have been approved once already. We'll prioritize those creators for their templates, and any new creators, of course, we'll get to them, but the priority will always be on existing creators. So that's our process. I hope this is a really exciting opportunity, guys. Free traffic, free marketing, and lots of benefits for sure.
Okay,
Uh,
I think that is something very cool. I think quite a number of people are actually expecting the marketplace details, so that's very cool. So I think we can go into the question and answer. Before we actually go into all the question, there are quite a number. I would like to ask, the first AI tool that you are using is you are putting some words and then it convert into a few canvases. So what is the engine behind that? Is it ChatGPT or some other engine?
Yeah, so the AI tools there is actually, and I'm going to be very transparent here, right? There is a modeling of this flat templates in the back end, which we're replacing the content. So there's not so much AI there, but there's more AI on using various integration technologies. And this is something I have to ask my CTO permission for because we are not publicly announcing what technologies we're using. However, in our website, we do have publicly listed technologies. Like you can see our OpenAI, we're definitely using that, and some other tools we're using. For the batch editor, we're essentially taking a list of templates we have in the backend, replacing the content by detecting your image and figuring out, okay, what images and stock images we can use from our libraries. It's a work in progress because we have to detect image, come up with relevant keywords, and then source an image as well. So that's the overall engine. On top of that as well, there's the OpenAI layer. So once you go through here, so when you click give it a try, by the way, from here, it'll actually go through this process, as you can see. And when you give it a try in our website, basically this step over here, giving the information, let's say how do you spell Pikachu? Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu mug. Cute mug for kids. Right? Cute. So we're going to make it a bit holistic. This is where OpenAI comes in. Pokemon mug comes in. OpenAI comes in. So we'll pick like a style like fun, for instance, and go ahead and add it to Canvas. The OpenAI will replace the text based on the information you gave here. And look what the OpenAI did. It did Pikachu, mug, cute, and quirky. We didn't do that. Capture with joy, capture joy with Pikachu, for instance. So this is where the AI is coming in. So those are the honest AI portions of this batch editing process. As far as the future is concerned with batch editing, we really want, this is the first step. We want to take it to the next level. We want to be able to take this image, have one button on the canvas. From here, you can see you can rename the title, you can add a new canvas, duplicate, delete. We also want to be able to one-click create variation, and that shouldn't be hard to do since we've done this first step as well. We want to be able to one-click create 20 or 30 sizes, in one infinite canvas from one canvas design, and smart detect the layout. So we actually organize the graphic in a proper layout. So those are things we're thinking about in the future. But this is as far as where we have come so far.
That's very cool, actually. Okay, one more question from myself. When you start designing, do you start with a size or you don't start with a size? Because sometimes in Canva, we start with a size. What size of design do you want?
So you can do both. So it depends on your workflow, right? So in this case, like we're just generating designs that are different sizes. You've got 2000 by 2000, etc. So depending on what you want, there's one way is that you can start a project from scratch. For instance, let's go to the dashboard, and we'll start from here. Create a design. From create a design, you can pick custom sizes that you can enter values of and save them for later. So here I've got iPhone and desktop, for instance, in my categories, or you can choose suggested sizes. We've organized them into categories such as headers and covers, product gallery for e-commerce, adverts, all your Google ads, your posts and content, branding as well, publishing, presentation. So we got everything that you can think of. If you click one of these, let's go ahead and pick something like one of these adverts, or in fact, let's go to a mock-up. No, sorry. Where is my headers? Yeah, sorry. Headers HD. Let's go to album cover, right? So we'll go to album cover, and you can see we've got all the sizes, the correct size for that particular format, right? So you got both custom sizes and you've got templates as well. So when you create a size, notice how it automatically creates the blank canvas for you, but it also opens the templates in case you want a template as well. So you got that option as well. And if you want to change the sizes, you can simply change it by just dragging this. You can do that too. Right now, it's not smart implemented, so the elements won't move as you change. It'll just be static. So you will have to do some manual work after that by selecting these elements, for instance, and then scaling it and doing all kinds of adjustments as you want. But there's some useful bits there. As you can see, the image kind of scales proportionally. And you can also go to the canvas tool at the bottom left and draw a fresh new canvas from here. And you can see the size as you're drawing it, or again, go to the canvas setting and input accurate size. Let's say I want a 1080 by 1920 by 1080. You can do that too.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So we should go to the question by the audience. So let's start. I will project the question on the screen, or you can read it out or whatever. Can you see
Thanks,
that?
Rajesh. Appreciate that.
So this is the first question. So can you read that?
I see already long-term, very happy user, great program from Rajesh Gurul.
There's a comment.
Yeah, just a comment. Can I have the rights to use for commercial purposes on my? Absolutely. All libraries, you can go to our website and you will see that all of our public libraries are commercial, fully compatible with commercial use cases. Sorry. And just if you want to be comfortable with that, just go down to the footer and go to our policies, and you'll find our policies are not there. Where are they? They've changed. Oh, wait. I think we have to. Something might have happened. We've somehow it's not available here unless I'm missing it.
Maybe in your documentation or whatever.
Yeah, it could be knowledge base, but we had the policies here somewhere, but they're missing. I'll make sure that it's available. But once you get to our policies, you'll pretty much find everything you need to know in terms of our use cases for sure.
Yeah, no issue, no issue. Okay, next question is by Javis. I think if you have followed all the flow from what you have started, I think this question has been answered.
Yeah, so I mean, AI, definitely Canva has a lot of integrations, and they're working with other tools like some really cool tools. I won't argue with that. But if you watch our promo video, you'll notice part of our like commitment to Glorify is definitely going further. So you'll notice, watch our promo video, and there's a whole dedicated section of what tools are coming. We haven't publicly announced them. We just teased them in this promo, and you can see these are the tools we're hoping to get. Like we have, these are the ones that are live. We want to do AI fill, AI videos, AI eraser. We're already in a partnership and talking with a partner that can help us with AI videos, AI cartoons, avatars, illustrations. So all kind of generative AI, and then we want to top it up by doing like AI variation, AI workflows, and AI variations.
Thank you. Next question. Yes, there is back mockup, I think you have demoed that, the mockup.
Yeah, so I'll just do it very quickly. I mean, there's no harm in for someone missed out on that. Just go to add library, go to down here, basic. There's mockups, and we have all these mockup models available here. Let's pick a really cool mockup like this iPhone. I believe I think it's the latest one, or I think we even have the latest one as well, which is the iPhone 15, right? So yeah, I just pick that, and you can drag and drop these mockups really fast. And once they're there, I just stretched it. Let me just get it in. Once they're there, just simply select the mockup, head over to the right panel, click Edit Content. It'll open up a new canvas, and then you can add whatever you like. For example, I just take a screenshot of this, or you can you can design like elements inside, and just like that, I'm gonna right click, set to background as an example, or you can even stretch it. To be honest, even just do that, and look how instant it's like being updated. Like I move this, it's out, it's halfway in, so it's like instant generation, and it's like 3D as well, so it's really powerful for sure.
Okay, thank you. While we are waiting, not waiting, I just give me a 1 minute to show them the Facebook Live giveaway participation form. So guys, the form is up there. So please do the necessary if you want to win the giveaway, and we will follow up. Later, we will actually draw the prizes. So let's continue with the question. Okay, this question by Sujit Biswas.
Yeah, so AI credits per month, this means that all the AI tools, this includes all the tools that you see here: AI Writer, AI Images, AI Background Generator for products, and AI Batch Create, inclusive of our this tool over here, which let me just add a photo quickly. Images, I'm going to add. So we have this cool photo creator library with lots of people as well. I don't know why the people are not there actually. Yeah, so you can see over here. Let's just pick a picture of someone like this guy over here. So notice when we add this image, you have the background remover here. There's a 494 credits over here because I've got lots of credits, it turns out. But that's the limit I have for the month, 494. If I remove the credit, if I click that, it'll reduce by 1 credit. Same goes for all the other AI tools that I just showed you. So those one usage is 1 credit. We keep it really simple. We don't overcomplicate it. So that has now cost me 1 credit, and you can see now it's 493. As well as if you go to this one's the same thing here, 493. Same thing over here, 493. And here you won't see it, but same thing as well. So even here, 493. Yeah. So
Okay, understood. Okay, Cleven Chu was commenting, very cool. We need more YouTube tutorial for that.
for sure, we're on the process of really going heavy on content. We have a dedicated YouTube channel. We have tutorials inside the app, so you can actually go libraries, tutorials, and view all the tutorials from here directly, including like how to create curved text, for instance. You can learn while watching. You can scale this thing up, and you can just get full freedom in this process, right? And move this around so it doesn't disrupt your workflow. So lots of freedom there. And we have a dedicated YouTube channel which will definitely give you more content on.
Okay, that's cool. So next question is by Pankaj. Do you offer any unique feature that other Canva alternative don't?
Yeah, and I appreciate you asking that. And I think the best way to answer that is when it comes to Glorify, and you're looking at it, guys. It is Canva is a billion-dollar unicorn, and no doubt they have a lot of tools and they have so much user friendliness and things like that. But the fundamental difference with Glorify, and we believe this is pillar, is that we are one single canvas that allows you to do anything. So whereas Canva, for instance, the video editor is a separate editor versus a presentation versus a whiteboard, is all separate tools, and you can't unify it all in one place, right? Also, if you look at Canva, you can't have multiple sizes in one place. You can only have one size at a time and work on each canvas at a time. The unique thing about Glorify is the infinite canvas. The fact that you've got full freedom over here to play till your heart's content, create a mock-up, create a canvas, create an ad set, and import new templates, go to your projects, Like I can go over here and even go to my existing designs, go to some of my projects over here. I don't have anything saved. Let me go. Ooh, I have nothing saved in any of these places, but you get the point. I can actually go to any of these projects and import designs and just have a very optimized workflow. And that's the idea, is that the infinite canvas is the power.
Actually, I was surprised that Canva doesn't have this. I mean, your canvas style. I
Yeah,
mean, that's am I surprised, because I mean they are big, so
yeah.
maybe they started with a single canvas,
Well, I
Yeah.
can understand. I'm going to be very honest, and why I believe that they don't have any interest necessarily on this. So look, I'm going to do something, by the way. Look, so this is my project. I just started a new project. I can add my old projects in here as well. I can just simply drag, and I added an old project in here. I can go ahead and add this project as well. So like all my past projects, I can bring it into a single file, as you can see. And now I have all these pages here, as you can see, one project over here, another project over there. So it's like complete play and freedom, right? On in terms of design. Going back to your question, like we brought something interesting, which is, why is Canva not making an infinite canvas? And this is the beauty about SaaS and software. It's all about preference, the workflow, right? Some people prefer to work single design by single design, and there's an advantage of Canva, which that allows them to easily transfer that same workflow on a mobile responsive workflow. Whereas with Glorify, we are somewhat mobile responsive, but there's a lot of limitations. As we see, we have some features might not work, as you can see. So we do lock in a lot of features, and you just don't have much. We don't have a mobile app yet. We hope we'll figure this out in the future. We are experimenting, designing mobile responsive versions of Glorify. And that's the thing. It's like it's more for like a hard touch design process, whereas Canva is more like for little quick designs versus scale and efficiency. So it's not like for large scale, I would say, Canva.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, Suja is asking any vectorize or tracing mode option.
Any vectorize or tracing mode option. I'm not. What is tracing mode option?
Maybe I'm also not sure. Vectorize, yes, we understand.
So like maybe like rasterizing images. So right now we were supposed to give like a right click flatten elements. So like taking your elements and flattening them into like a flat SVG, for instance. But right now we don't have some of those features you mentioned. We do have. So what was the question again? It was, do we have any vectorize? Yeah, vectorizing. I mean, we have a pen tool, so you can create custom vectors for sure, and you can do whatever you like with those, and you can export as a SVG, which we have that option right over here. So those options are available.
Okay, understood. Suja, just can you please add in the chat what do you mean by stressing mode, so that we can answer that. Okay, Pankaj, how do you handle backups or disaster recovery in case the your what they call your app hang or whatever?
Yeah, so we've been quite safe with this, and the best part with this, we have something called revision history. So we do take snapshots every. I can't remember the time frame. I believe it's every 30 to 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a whole revision history over here. This project is too old, so there's no revision history. It's been offset, and once it gets too old, then we stop taking revisions because it's unnecessary. We will in the future on enterprise plans we will include like unlimited revisions. But let's go to a project I just created with you guys, which was this one over here, right? If I go over here and go to revisions, you can see it's loading now. And once it loads, it takes a bit of time, but once it loads, you can get a feeling. There's all my revisions. Monday was like 2 o'clock when I just had this webinar with Albert, and then there was a previous one. Last time I used it was on Thursday. If I click this, you can see the preview, and you can actually skim through the pages and decide, oh, do I want this? Do I want to duplicate it as well? Instead of, in case you're worried of that disaster, then you can duplicate it as well. So we're thinking about these things for sure, Pankaj.
Okay. A related question that I would like to ask is on your server. Where is your server? And then let's say, I believe you have redundant server because sometimes we crash on one server, all the design will be gone. So I'm not sure how you're going to handle that.
We have a backup set up. So I mean, it's a single server, but we have a backup system. And we definitely, as time goes, and right now, I'll be honest, right, Glorify is going through a period where we are trying to um, we're going to be ending our lifetime deals very soon. So a very quick historic reference, by the way. Glorify launched in 2019. We raised a lot of funding from lifetime deal community, which we're very grateful for. We were able to grow our MRR by that time over a period of like 2 years to about significant revenue, which was enough for us to raise our $2 million seed round, which is a public information, by the way, so you can find that online. And Fuel invested in us and to take it to the next level. However, we found at the time Glorify, if you look at Glorify back in the day, it was completely a different tool. It was like kind of like a Canva type of tool, kind of like Trello, but we wanted to really go for the big vision. And this is the big vision: infinite canvas, scalability, AI incorporation, unlimited variations. This was our vision. And so so what we had to do to accomplish the vision is rewrite Glorify from the ground up with that $2 million seed round. It was very heavy lifting because we lost a lot of revenue down the line because we couldn't market our product. We were for 2 years, from 2021 all the way to just last summer, we were rewriting Glorify and rebuilding it from the ground up. And the only thing we were able to do is at least keep our organic traffic on our website consistent. But it really impacted our growth because Canva and all these other tools went 10 steps ahead with AI, and we were still building, and we had our old version of Glorify for people to use, which it's very soon became a little bit redundant because, as you guys know, in the design tool industry, you have to always keep up with the game. It has to be the best tool you can possibly create, and you have to have all the most latest features incorporated, right? Finally, summer of 2023, we were able to relaunch beta of this app that you see now. And we just came out of beta last November during Black Friday. And this is when we opened our second round of lifetime deals. We launched our lifetime deals in the interest of, again, generating more hype and interest because we lost a lot of interest in 2 years. Generating more revenue, that's an important factor for a business. We need to have more revenue and funds to be able to continue and building the best in the best possible way. And the second thing is we need additional marketing revenue to take our MRR to the next level so that we can raise our next round of funding. If we can generate our MRR target, which we believe now our tool is in that place to be able to do so, we can definitely hit that target of raising our next round, which our previous round was 2 million. We hope we can raise another 5 million as a post seed round or bridge round. And really, if you guys, of course, become part of the community, I'm sure that part of this is really having a committed community, no doubt. And this has always helped us and never gone wrong for us. Our job is just to keep providing value to you guys, and you guys, you do automatic value by just using the tool and spreading the good word, no doubt. And so, yeah, and so that's where we're at. And so, based on that, I'm sorry, I'm over answering your question, Albert. I do apologize, but based on all of this, like this is where the future is. That the server, the infrastructure will only get more optimized as our company grows. Right now, we have a setup that's simple, that's basic, that has backups. We have revisions, as you can see, but as time goes on, we get more mature. We're definitely gonna deliver better in this area.
Yeah, no worry, Omar. You have been very frank about your what you have done and what you're going to do. So that's actually instill confidence into the audience. So keep it
I
up.
hope it does. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate it.
Wilson Chandra, can we animate shapes or images to create animated GIFs?
I love that you asked that. And again, in our promo video, you'll notice that animation is currently in progress. That's why if you go over here, you can see we have this transition tool and it's coming soon. We are working on it actively. I'm trying to put pressure behind my CTO to deliver faster. But if anyone wants a little sneak peek, I'm more than happy to give you that. So let's go ahead with the sneak peek. At least it's something, right? So I'm going to go into our front end editor, and you can see, let me skip all this onboarding. Skip, and you can see over here, this is our front end editor. This is our the timeline editor, the animation tool, and this is the beautiful animation transitions. You'll be able to add animation transitions right from here, control the time as well, and create all kinds of transitions like fade, bounce, blur. We're building it. We really want to launch it. I've wanted this for so long, so we will get to it.
Yeah, cool. So Rohit actually asked the same question, so you have answered that. And JD, what system requirement do we need to use Glorify flawlessly,
Yeah.
flawlessly?
We have been proud and optimizing so much so that it can literally work on any machine. But we have noticed the good thing about this day and age is most machines are very high powered, right? So you have that added advantage anyway. So there shouldn't be any issues. If you have some kind of, if your machine is generally slow, then definitely you will experience some issues with it. Um, the other thing is that my machine is very high powered. I have the MacBook Pro M1 chip, and it's the max specs. But sometimes I notice, like you see, I'm doing this for my YouTube channel, and I tend to find a little bit of slowness when I have a lot of canvases. And this is something I'm telling the dev team as well to optimize. The slowness is not in navigating. You can navigate fast, and you can move elements really fast, and you can edit elements really fast, as you can see. But for some reason, when you have lots of canvases, when you zoom in, it gets a bit slower right now because what it's doing is rendering the images in the back end. Like you zoom, it's rendering. Zoom, it renders even more. So we're going to optimize this much better, so it is really smooth when you zoom in and zoom out. But it's not a huge deal. It's only when you have lots of canvases, as I say, with this like kind of project. And you
Okay.
can see, look at all these layers, guys. There's lots of layers here. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I believe all design software very what I call memory intensive. They
It
use a
is.
lot of memory.
Yeah, we've come a long way to be able to design on the cloud online, right? I mean, if you think about Photoshop days, how slow was it in our old PCs back in the day?
Okay, Charles. I think this question has been answered, but then no harm, to tell us again, the main value proposition.
Canva. And yeah, so I definitely recommend, if you guys get to watch a replay, I'll try to this time really stick to a nutshell with all these simple to use design tools like Snapper, like Vista Create or Crello, like Canva, like Simplified. Great tools. They have their own use case. If you want scale, you want variations, you want complete freedom in your design process, which is what I prefer, which is a lot of my team members prefer, and I know a lot of individuals, even non-designers and marketers prefer, then Glorify is the way to go because you can have lots of canvases in one place with all your assets, and you're simply having this kind of free workflow of taking your uploaded images, dragging and dropping layers just like that, boom, drop that, add it to a design, replace it with something else. Let's go ahead and replace it with something. So it's a more optimized, super free flow, fast working design process versus like the others. And that's the idea with Glorify. It's also on top of that, you can select all these canvases, replace the contents that you see over here with one simple replace. That's the difference. And I don't think that Canva or Crello or Vistacreate or Simplified are interested in this kind of scalable, free form workflow like you have in whiteboard tools like Miro, for instance, right? We are combining the freedom and the strategic thinking of what digital marketers require when they're using a tool like Miro, for instance, in the design tool process. And that's the idea. And also here, for example, with all of this, you can add feedback and say, hey, let me tag one of my team members. Like, okay, I'm the only team member in here at the moment, but you get the idea. So you can tag specific team members and say, fix this, and you can add emojis as well. I think there's a mistake with that tool, so I have to go and check that with the dev team. They haven't optimized this tool in a long time, but I guess not many people are using the emojis. But you can even resolve these issues. People can react to it. It's a bit like Slack. So you got lots of freedom there, and then you can resolve the problem over here. Once it's resolved, it's resolved. For instance, so yeah, it's got lots of cool features like that.
Okay, thank you.
No
This
worries.
question by Charles. Oh, can I create virtual business card with QR code?
Um, Virtual business card with QR code. That is an interesting one. Can you do that? We need to get a QR code generator from the assets panel, and something we can look into. And I think what would be important if you want that, it's not something that's maybe in our nearest trajectory, but if it's important enough, then I would recommend you go to our roadmap. submit it right here, submit an idea. Under consideration, I think, I mean, let's go and search for, what did you say? So QR code generator, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see if there's any requests for this, and maybe we just haven't seen it. Oh, there is one. So it's only got 3 upvotes. It's not enough for us to start generating. So, and we
How
have,
many do you need? How many wood do you need?
well, look at these, right? Like carousel image generator, image creator, 33, like
Oh,
white label client portal. Like these are like a lot of upvotes. The Android app, people want an Android app. That's something I don't know if we'll get to anytime soon. I'll be very honest there. We're not interested in creating a mobile app just yet. If we do create a mobile app, it'll be more for file management, file sharing, and file commenting.
okay.
But yeah, so that's where we're at.
So the next question by Rohit, can I also
Oh,
design in CMYK mode for printing, you know?
that's a very important question. And we are right now, this very moment, discussing it with our CTO because we want to tackle print on demand. One of the reasons is because we have amazing print on demand templates in our mockups category, such as t-shirts and things like that. Let's just add this template as an example. And what good is mockups without print on that demand sizes as well, right? So you can see this is a mockup template. We would love to include, like you said, some print on demand templates as well. So t-shirts and things like that with the correct canvas size and converting the canvas size to pixels, sorry, centimeters or millimeters, and exporting in print friendly export with CMYK RGB codes conversion. So all of that will definitely be something we're discussing right now, and we want to release it as soon as possible. In fact, it probably is going to be the next thing we build because we want to tackle that industry.
Okay, thank you. Is there any plan to increase the video limits?
So we have unlimited video if you're in a in a any of our plans. So you can create as many videos and export as many videos. However, if you're talking about how long the videos are, up to about 1 minute long is what we recommend on how you export the videos. I think a lot of tools right now in our space they are optimized for 1 minute. I don't see if we're going to be beyond 1 minute since a lot of short form platforms like YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram. I know TikTok and Instagram have now gone beyond 1 minute limits and they're going to 90 seconds and even more. But we're going to stick to 1 minute since it's the optimized place for us as a beta feature. But we'll definitely expand on it when the time comes. And I think honestly, that won't come until we get our next funding round. What my intention is once we receive our next funding round, I want the video feature to have animation by that time and be out of beta. And then I want to bring in some new professionals in this field to further develop the tool.
Okay. Next question.
Is any
Oh,
brands and workspaces options? Yeah, absolutely. So we went through that earlier, and I'm going to go quickly into that. Your tools come depending on your plan. You have a certain number of projects. Projects are these areas over here, brand projects, which allows you to create project for specific clients, companies, your projects, whatever you like, how you prefer. You've got the full flexibility. You can create folders. So you can see I've got template kits, homepage, and create as many folders as you like. And you can move these projects to different folders by switching the folders as you see over here. And it comes every project comes with its own dedicated brand kit. So if I click this over here, you can add its own logos, the color palettes, and multiple color palettes, brand fonts, multiple brand fonts, and even text styles. So we can go ahead and add, for example, main heading, and we can go and add like space, grotesque, bold could be an example. Let's say I want this to be like maybe, I don't know, 40, 36 font size. And there's my main heading. Now I've got this in my brand kit. I can go ahead, head over to my design file, like my project earlier. And the cool thing is that all these elements are available here, right? So I can go and add this text, for instance, and go over to fonts. And brand styles will be right here, boom, which is a tiny font in comparison to my designs that I have right now. But it can increase this, of course. But you get the point. So you got those styles, and Let's see what else I have in my brand kit. So here's the brand kit. Those are the textile I just created, which is available here, which you can add. Logos, I don't have any logos added. But you can also add logos directly into your brand kit from here, which is kind of useful. Oh, there's two logos, which is my face for my personal brand. And we have brand color palettes, which is for this brand over here too. So yeah, so you've got that.
Okay, thank you. Next question by Ankit. Can we create bulk images using AI API like sending text by API and return image URL?
Can you repeat that question one more time, please? Can you?
Can you read from the screen?
Yeah, can we create? Oh, yeah, sorry, that's it. Yeah, can we create bulk images using API? Oh, so this is an interesting one, and I really want to tackle this problem as well. But it's one of those things that I'm struggling to figure out like a very strong use case on it, and understanding the use case is a really important use case. I know there's a tool called Banner Bear, who that founder has really done really well in this space of doing like API automation design, but I'm still trying to figure this space out. Like, how does it? Why and how? Why do you need? Like, is it unpredictable if you have a template and you're sending that image to where? Like, is it going to be on social media? Is it going to be on your website? I feel like I have to do more research behind this to really understanding and grab the opportunity. But for now, it's not in our radar. It's something we had a conversation about, but we don't have enough deep interest in it or deep buy-in to it until we get that deep buy-in. It's definitely interesting, but that's just where I'll put it.
One of the use cases is actually something like I want to create 365 days of codable codes. For example, every day I want to post one code in social media. So I want to do it one go, So something like this.
Okay, so it's posting on automatically every. So
I mean, since you are not a what I call social media scheduler, but then at least you get the images ready.
yeah. Well, and then I'm curious, right? What if you were able to use Glorify to design all of your images in the way I showed you? It's got scalable design flow. You repeat variations, change the quote, use AI to change the different quotes as well. And then when you have your images, would it? Because I'm wondering, is this important, or let's say even building a calendar tool to schedule your posts? Would that be more important?
Mhm.
So that's the question we have internally. Is like, okay, is this feature more important, or should we go and build like a calendar, inside for automatic schedule, like Canva?
Mhm.
And if the user base was to vote those two features and they tell us, okay, we want the API, we'll definitely go for the API. If it's the calendar feature, which I think a lot of people want as well, then we might prioritize that.
Understood.
Are those two different, by the way? I might be mistaken. Just Albert, just get your understanding on that. Is it
No, I just say something similar, but I don't know what is Ankit's use cases. So Ankit,
right?
maybe you want to say it out, in the chat below. Okay, Wilson, is there any auto translate feature like Canva translate all text within a design? Oh, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Good point. We don't have it. I think would be useful to have it, and I think we should be able to do that with some kind of like Google Translate or something like that. So let me bring that to the dev team. In fact, I'm going to put this as a note because we are entering the French market soon, and I think the
hmm,
French market would like those kind of features. So I'm going to type to just so you guys see it. I'm going to show auto translate right in Slack feature. Any research on this feature for templates? Let's see what dear Fahad comes back with.
okay. So we move to the next question. Oh, BG remover definitely yes.
Yeah. Sorry, let me go back to your.
We,
Can we remove backgrounds like Canva? Yeah, we've got background removal. I think I did it earlier. Again, look, here's an image. You got a background removal tool here. There's two ways of doing background removal. I think you can do multiple images as well. Let me just try this. We're developing so fast that I forget that what we can do in our tool sometimes. So let me just add two images. So if I select two, okay, you can't do two at a time, but what you can do. So okay, let me show you. So you can. remove from here by clicking remove background, which is like a quick removal, which will just take, oh, no, that actually takes you to the main tool. Sorry, my bad. So that's what this will do, as you can see. Take you to an editor. The editor actually gives you more flexibility in case you want to tweak it a little bit, but it does the AI automation really fast. But you can also adjust it if you want to adjust the result very simply. And on top of that, if you have like multiple canvases, for instance, if I take this thing and we add it into a canvas and we have a design with like some text and some layouts and it's like a beautiful design, for instance, if I duplicate this 4 times and I have different designs, we can remove the background of all 4 at the same time by clicking remove background here. So you can do that all at once.
Okay, thank you. I think one removal is 1 credit, right?
1 credit, correct.
Okay.
And I don't even know if this is 1 credit. We haven't decided that. I should find that out, right?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
The last part of the question is also, can we bug create from CSV or Google Sheet just like Canva?
So batch create is an interesting one. Again, what we have so far, what we thought is more important, and we noticed is creating multiple one set of design and then doing what we showed you, which is selecting it all and then replacing the content. So you have an ad set, like I showed you before. So let me just go back to this. So if you guys remember, we created this AI generated templates over here. So the use case for us at the moment is selecting a whole batch of designs and replacing the content. So the way you would work on this workflow would be like duplicating this, taking it, and then changing the product, for instance. For CSV, we have thought about it, but it's not in our nearest radar. We don't know if it's really important just yet. I know some people have requested bulk creation, but we're not thinking about CSV yet. We're thinking about more like having your assets to hand and then simply duplicating and changing the text like this. That's our workflow.
Okay, understand. Okay. So Jao was asking, is there any resize option? One click resize option, maybe you mean?
Yes, we do have a one-click resize option. Sorry, these templates are a bit broken, so let me just delete these. And I'm going to add another design, for instance. Let's pick maybe this one. So for resizing, let's take this template, for instance. If I go over to so the way you work is I would recommend duplicating it and then going to browse and then pick any size you wish. For example, email header, and boom, it'll just resize it for you. But sometimes you will have to adjust some of the elements. It is slightly beta-ish, like some of the text elements that you notice kind of had a bit of an issue there. But overall, like we found that this, it's been quite optimized in certain sizes. We're still working on certain issues about it. So let me, for example, let's pick a different size, like a advert, which is 1,000+ size. Yeah, so you can see this text needs to be optimized. Other than that, it is a functional feature. You can see all the other assets has resized properly. So this is just a bug, which will get fixed right away. In fact, I just noticed it now, so I'm going to tell them
Yeah.
about it.
Definitely you need some modification, once it resize. You can't be
Yeah,
there.
for sure. For that, what you just saw now, as in that this text issue that you just saw, you need manual work, but it is actually not supposed to be like that. That's why it's definitely a bug. It's not meant to be the way you saw. It should have ideally become something as you saw like this, right? So this is how the result should have been by the end of it,
Okay,
something
thank
like
you.
that. Yeah.
Next question by Somalia. The AI writer feature sounds intriguing. How
Mhm.
does it generate high converting copy and what kind of input does it require?
So
Trial and error?
yeah, so it is really trial and error with these AI tools. Unfortunately, at present, we have given it as a simple way to quickly. It's just Chat GPT. It's literally this. It's literally this login, like as in the experience of Chat GPT, as in just a field to talk to it, and so it is really much as good as your prompt. However, it's also bear in mind it's just generating one value, so you're not having a conversation with ChatGPT. You're just sending one prompt back. So it's got those limitations to ChatGPT. So if you want to really get some profound results, then we would recommend definitely going directly to ChatGPT. But if you want something simple, just to get like a variation of this title, for instance, then you can copy this and paste it over here and say, give me a variation of this, for instance. Give me a more fun variation of this title, right? So if I do that, then hopefully unlock your skin's growth, da da da, and then you can add that text and then or take this and replace it by clicking the text and replacing it there, so you get all the fun properties.
Okay.
I'd love to get some feedback in the meantime. While we're getting questions, it would be really nice if you don't mind me asking about Albert. Like, what do you guys think of Glorify from what I've showed you so far in terms of the infinite canvas, the batch editing, the batch creation, the AI tools that we've incorporated in all the templates and AI tools we already have? Is it something that excites you? Do you really see that we could be a huge player in the market? Of course, we already are becoming significant, but of course, the sky's the limit, and we'd love to get your feedback on that. Is it, and also from what I presented you guys on the marketplace, is the marketplace something exciting for you? The fact that you can create templates and sell them in a public marketplace by going applying? Let me know. It'd be really nice to hear your feedback.
Okay, so guys, please feedback to Omar in the chat. So we'll go through later. Okay, this is about. Okay, before we go to this, Omar, this is a little bit out of what I call not the question from them. Since you are a very experienced agencies for many years and you are in design field, what is actually a very high converting copy?
Okay. Yeah. So we when we do copy, I'll be honest. Since ChatGPT is before, let's talk about pre-ChatGPT. Pre-ChatGPT is all about research, understanding the user persona, the language they speak, how technical is that user. So can you use a lot of jargon or not? So it really depends on the profile, right? And once you identify the profile, I have this branding exercise. It's in my YouTube channel. Where actually, if you want to learn more about that, go to my YouTube channel and you'll find that I did a whole video dedicated on my personal brand, which is really interesting. Where, oops, sorry. So this video over here is where how I won the Frame Awards last year for a website submission for my personal website, and this process I actually share how to come up with uh, user persona research, right? There's a whole exercise on it. So I'd recommend that video for that. Once you identify who your user persona is, everything becomes second nature because you know who you're targeting with your copy. And now that we're in ChatGPT days, people use ChatGPT in the wrong way. I use it. I won't deny I don't use it. It's really important to use. If you want to get ahead of the game, use ChatGPT, use AI, because that's how you're going to be ahead of the game, right? Other people are using it. So, but how you use it is really important. You have to be smart in the way you use it. So, you have an exercise of understanding who your user persona is. Then you tell ChatGPT to model or emulate the understanding that user persona. And so, what I will do is tell ChatGPT who my user persona is, right? What is this user persona about? What are their likes, their dislikes, their language, their interests, their hobbies, their expertise, their background? And then after I feed ChatGPT all this information in about, let's say, one paragraph, I then ask it to generate a specific copy for an advert title selling this product. That's my process. And furthermore, ChatGPT has these patterns that you have to break away from. It'll give you a great starting point, but often more than not, there's some repeatable words that are ChatGPT words I call like top notch and innovative. It's top notch. Like all these standard descriptions are very ChatGPT-ish, which I would avoid. So it's a starting point. From there, you still have to use your human brain to then customize that copy to make it more personalized towards that user. So remove the generic descriptions and make it more personalized and more profound, and it becomes more human. So I do a combination of both. Going to my ChatGPT account, do I have it live? Let me go into ChatGPT. We have a training. If you guys remembered, I spoke about applying to become a template creator in Glorify, right? There's a whole dedicated training on how to generate all these titles for these templates, like Pharma Fusion Advert Pack was generated via ChatGPT via a very specific framework, right? That I actually provide in our submission videos. Even this description is generated by ChatGPT. To generate this kind of stuff, once you go to your view templates, you go to apply. There's a video over here that teaches you how to create interesting descriptions. So this is the same process I use for copywriting. And if you look at, I recently created a template. I used ChatGPT to come up with a title for this template, and look at the context I gave ChatGPT. I'm selling a Glorify template. This is the use case. This is the style. Give me a description. So lots of context, so ChatGPT can come up with something. Once it gives you a version, then you still have to customize it and make it more human. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Something to learn from you. Okay, let's move to the next question. Do we need to set our own key, and if not, what is the AI limit? Oh, I think
No, right now there's no. We've just built the integration inbuilt, and they're positioned as native tools integrated with those tools like OpenAI and the other integrations. We will consider maybe, and this is all for future proofing. I'll be again just being very honest here. And there was an issue which we discovered earlier. My links to our policies are not here, but when you go to our policies, i.e., actually, if you just go to policy, I think it should come up. Policies or policy. Yeah. Anyway, so terms. But yeah, I'll try to find those pages and add them back into footer. There must have been a mistake there recently when we were developing our pages. But in our policy, we specifically state that we are subject, as even if you're offering a lifetime deal, we are subject to unforeseen circumstances, right? When we work with especially the third party tool clauses, when you see third party tool clauses, we're specifically saying that we are working with we don't own those tools, right? So tomorrow they can change their terms and they could increase their prices, or they can change the use case of it, just like Twitter did when Mr. Elon Musk changed the limits and the pricing of the API, and so many tools were impacted. So likewise, we'll do our commitment to you as a user is to give you the best possible tool and service. Even if tomorrow an API changes their terms, we'll find a replacement API that gives you as much value and that is manageable on our end. So that's our promise, the work we will put in. However, you have to make sure that you don't subject us to accountability when these issues occur, because it is very much stated in our policy that if third parties change their terms or changes anything and due to unforeseen circumstances, we have to make adjustments. Then unfortunately, our users will also be impacted because of that. But comforting know that we will of course do our due diligence and put in our best work to mitigate those issues.
okay. Thank you. So this is an interesting question. Can we upload an image and replace only human body or face with our images? This is
Yeah,
a
that's a really cool feature, and I think I've seen it in other tools for sure. It is something we're looking at other APIs that we want to bring in, because again, I think even with other tools, they're not using their own tools. They have integrated with very specific AI providers, and so we're exploring those, and we're just about finding the right tools. Do note AI tools are very costly. And before we start, like right now, we're in a very comfortable space with the AI tools we have, and we can even incorporate some more at this time present because there's lots of options available. But there will be a limit until we hit A, our funding round, B, some more traction in terms of revenue, and we are slowly getting there. So if we get to that traction, then we'll definitely keep integrating more AI tools, because we can actually cover the costs and fees for it, especially when it comes to lifetime deal users.
this question by Joginda. Is there any plugin for WordPress?
Not at present. We did experiment one time to have a WordPress share feature, but it had lots of issues because WordPress kept updating, and it just no longer functional. So we had to remove it. So what we're planning to do is instead we're planning of doing a different feature, which is encompassing for any website builder, which is basically a paste URL feature. So you paste your URL and it'll automatically and we're actually experimenting with this already. You can actually see in my account if I got that available somewhere. Um, yeah. So where's my? Did I close it? Yeah. So we got a. Sorry guys, bear me a second. Frontman. Yeah, I have to go to incognito. Unfortunately, I have to go to incognito because I have. Oh, One there. Yeah, so we're experimenting with this. We did a webinar with Brizzy recently, and I actually again would love to get your feedback on this, guys. But we're planning to create a system where you paste a URL and it automatically pastes your entire landing page inside the canvas. And then from here, you can get the accurate sizes of each image and start editing the images to make it your own. If this is something that interests you and could be useful for you, I'd love to hear it in the comments because we are planning to actually further develop this feature in the future.
Okay, thank you. Can you share any success story where businesses have been a significant impact on the engagement and conversion rate after implementing Glorify AI tools?
Yeah, so that is very interesting. We do have a few people. Like, I would encourage you to follow Libor. He's an exceptional case study for Glorify. He's a huge Glorify power user. And to find him, just simply go to TikTok or Instagram. I think TikTok is the best place. Let me go to TikTok. And if you type Libor, Libor designer, you can see that he uses Glorify for all kinds of assets, and he creates videos on this. And so there's lots of interesting content that you can watch on creating various content. You can see over here.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so check that out for sure.
Is
And yeah,
it-
so by the way, just to side note, he works with a lot of funnels and affiliates to create these graphics, and he's helped, as you can see, create high converting ads and things like that. And a lot of these adverts and materials he's done are for like 6-figure, 7-figure marketing use cases, as you can see.
Okay, the next question by Iran Soa. Is there a way to automate everything? They like everything automated, like API.
Just come there and just sleep and everything gets done for you. Definitely, to some extent, there's automation. There's great scale features I went through, which is selecting multiple canvases, editing as many templates at once, generating some templates, generating copy. So there is some automation definitely included. In the future, what we want to do is, like I probably mentioned this earlier to Albert and everyone else, which is going back to, oh man, I keep losing my tabs, guys. I do apologize. There's a big issue with our login situation on my browser. It's a browser issue. I have to go into. I think I have to update my browser. But anyway, going here, what we would love to do in the future in terms of automation is being able to create your assets, and then from your assets, essentially create variations with one click and create different sizes with one click. So just from here, creating an AI variations, it'll change the product with something else. It'll change the text, change the colors. But yeah, lots of automations already included, including of course recoloring and things like that, which we already went through earlier today. So yeah,
Okay, so this question by build up seem to be more powerful than Vista Create. I mean, Crello, no? Yeah,
yeah,
I believe
Trello
so.
for sure.
I
Used to be
believe.
Trello for sure.
So, do all LTD owner or even past buyer get these AI features or
Yeah,
future?
everyone's getting it. It is exactly what it says on the plans. Actually, I have something very important to announce. We are taking down the current lifetime deal. It's only going to be lasting till the 8th. After the 8th, we're going to increase the prices and lower the limits, right? And so that's really important. And you can see that the current lifetime deal is super lucrative. We, you know, we basically grandfathered all our legacy users into the current lifetime deal. So they had higher limits because we really introduced a very lucrative lifetime deal and limited lifetime. Oh, so this is the lifetime deal right now, as you can see, and the plans at the bottom over here. If you go down, $97, $197, 5 users, 10 users, unlimited, unlimited, and unlimited, and unlimited, and 500 AI credits per month. This is huge, guys, right? Whereas now, by the way, you can't even sign up to Glorify for free. You can use it for free without signing in, by the way, but you can't download, you can't use lots of assets, you can't use the AI tools. So you can give it a try completely for free without trying Glorify, without signing up, sorry. But now we've introduced what we call a free trial, 14-day free trial pricing model, which is very different. So yes, you can try it for free without logging in, but you can't download or save. And then after that, if you really are serious, you got to choose one of these trials. So it really limits, the potential sort of for you to access without without a lucrative offer, I think, on the table. And hence why the lifetime deal is a big deal right now, especially since we're going to be increasing the price on the 8th. That's a tentative date where sometimes things could impact. It might or may not increase the time, but the reason the 8th is because we're introducing a new lifetime deal with a French community, and so we have to close this deal to enter into that community.
Yeah. Thank you for informing. So, guys, if you think that it's something that you want to buy, please buy before 8th of February.
Yeah.
So, okay, this question also related to, if somebody want to transition from Canva, I mean, learning curve, there is always some learning curve for any new tools, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we found that give it a try because we found the learning curve is very not huge at all, and especially because when you come in, it's as easy as editing on the right and adding elements on the left. That's it. That's it, and you can explore all the tools just as a Canva would be. So, like the workflow in terms of adding and editing is kind of similar. The difference between Glorify and Canva is that when you're editing elements, instead of having a toolbar on the top like Canva does, we have our toolbar on the right. That's literally the main difference. But then, of course, we have an infinite canvas. And if you feel like the infinite canvas needs a learning curve, I believe it shouldn't. If you're familiar with Miro whiteboard tools, it's the same workflow as whiteboard tools. So it's really mixing your whiteboard tool knowledge with Canva. It's the combination of both. It's Miro and Canva mix.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this question is, I think, not asked before. Anim GIF. I mean, something niche.
Yeah. Can we do anime GIF with Glorify? So we mentioned this earlier that we don't have GIF support just yet, but we're going to bring it in. At the moment, what you can do is export videos. And so you can add video elements inside this, which we have a whole library of videos, or you can import even your own videos. We have Pixabay videos additionally over here, and just drag and drop it, and it's in beta, so it's a working progress feature. So do note it is in beta, but when you have your timeline open like this, you can see that there's cool things you can do with it. You can create very simple videos for your ads and things like that, up to recommended 32 seconds to 1 minute max. The shorter the better, the faster it'll render. Essentially, it is beta, so yeah, something to keep in mind of for sure.
Thank you. Okay, is there any templates available for infographics?
Yeah, we have plenty of infographic templates. Just go to the create model, or inside your editor, go to the templates even, and we can go to posts and content. I believe you see infographic info. There we go, infographic. We'll open up the infographic template section, and you can see tons of infographics over here. Beautiful infographics. In fact, I'm impressed. I haven't seen these templates in a while, but they've done a good job with a lot of these. Again, you can see very easy to customize and edit all the elements. If you want a different view of exploring templates, just go to the templates on the resources, and you can have this more optimized viewing way. And type here infographics, select that, and you got the whole view over here, right? So
Okay, this next question is by Thomas Fellows. Will there be integration with social media scheduler or directly with social media platform?
yeah,
Something.
so this is something we're thinking about, whether or not we should build our own calendar or should we integrate with someone. We have postponed a lot of integration features like sharing and things like that because it's very difficult to do. Like we found, like it's quite tricky. There's dedicated tools for scheduling alone, and they do a lot of work on APIs, and it's also very hard to manage because the APIs change a lot. So it's something we're thinking about, but it's not in our nearest pipeline at the moment. We really want to the order of priority is first get animation out. Once we have animation, well, our tool is complete. When we have after that, we're going to go into print on demand, get print friendly sizes, and then from there we're going to keep building our AI tool features. And if we generate our bigger ticket investment, then hopefully we'll go into a new development wing, which will only focus on integrations and scheduling.
Okay, thank you. Oh, this question is who owns the copyright of the graphic design? Can we resell it to our client?
Absolutely. Copyright is never an issue with most design tools, just like any design tool. You retain full copyright of all assets because the templates are not copyrighted. They are free to use once you pay for Glorify subscription, especially you have some of the templates are absolutely free to use. The assets are all from public Creative Commons licensing, meaning there's no commercial, license. There's no commercial restrictions.
Okay. What is your ETA for mobile app?
We don't have an ETA because, as far as app is concerned, we've only thought about making the design, the actual editor mobile responsive, like this. As in, we've done some work over here already just to do some basic stuff, but nothing holistic yet. As you can see, there's lots of limitations when you make it into a mobile size. You can do presentation, of course, and you can present and share a presentation in mobile size, and people can view the presentation in mobile size. But other than that, and this is really good for decks, by the way. If you're doing like a deck, you can see, and also it's good for sharing the design, and you can like view all the designs in like a presentation view. So you can see like all the different designs you created in the canvas and view them. And you can also get your team and guests to react to them. So you can share this link and people can like add reactions, which is really cool. So you can see this is by me. You can hide the UI and you can go into full presentation mode. So if I go hide the UI, it should, there you go, disappear. So it's kind of cool as well. And you can share this with a view and copy link so people can view it.
Okay. Next question by Somalia. Any plan in future to import, Photoshop or Illustrator files into Glorify, allow them to integrate design from other popular design
Yeah,
software?
we had import for, before we used to have an import for Photoshop files by simply dragging and adding, but it had some issues, so we had to take it off for a while. I'll find out the status about it. But any Photoshop import tool, but from all the online editors from so far, they will basically flatten the layers of like effects and stuff. You'll have the individual layers, but you won't have like your smart components. You won't have your effects layers. So there's some limitations with any Photoshop file across any platform. That's quite normal.
Okay. Okay. Glorify and Blitzig team overlap. I'm enjoying Blitzig.
Okay, so someone uses my app Blitzit, which is a great app as well. Hopefully, one day, maybe me and Albert can do, if Albert is up for it, we can do a webinar separately on that. It's a different company, guys. It's registered differently. It's got a completely different team. The CTO in Blitzit is my friend Ronak. We both are full time founders of other companies. So, like, I'm a full time founder of Glorify. He's a full time co founder of a company called What a Story, and we just came together to build a fun productivity app on the side. And we're very passionate about it. We're constantly building it. It's a very simple tool to use for sure, but at the moment, it's got nothing to do with Glorify, as in the teams are not the same at all.
It's a different entities, but
Different entities, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I wanted to show while we're talking and the questions are coming. I do have to leave in about 10 minutes, so let those last questions come in for sure. But I've got, I mean, the presentation mode is quite cool. Like, when you create a presentation deck inside Glorify, again, going back to automation, someone spoke about automation. I really want to allow like features where, you generate like a pitch deck, for instance, based on one of our templates, and it'll just populate all the content for you. So that's something we're thinking about as well. So this is really cool. If you have like a webinar or something, you can literally use this to present, and um, it works with your keyboard as well. So you can just present all your content.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Okay. Let's answer a few more questions, then we'll finish it off. Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic. Question: Who likes white mode versus dark mode? I want to know. Actually, very honest question because I have no clue. I prefer dark mode personally. I don't want to put biases in your head, but I'm actually really curious. Like, do people actually like light mode? versus over dark mode. It's a discussion we're having in our team, and
Where is the question? I don't see.
no, I was just asking the question actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm asking everyone, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer light mode or dark mode?
It depends because some people always like dark mode, So I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like more people are liking dark mode these days, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm very curious. Like, do people? Is that actually true, or is it just?
Because for people agency or maybe entrepreneur who are actually 12 hours on the screen, dark
Yeah,
mode is slightly better. I would say, definitely.
everyone's saying dark mode. It's so funny. Every time I ask this question, it's like, uh,
Okay.
great. Okay, cool.
So
Pretty impressive.
this question by Bill Lau, can you just read it?
Yeah, so basically asking like, this is like if they used to use Photoshop and Affinity, but seems like this is easier to work with for most content creation. Very interesting. Once when we were building a new version of Glorify, one of the philosophy of this new editor that you see here built out is that we wanted to make it about ultimate balance between professional tools and super easy to use tools, combining like the advanced features of Photoshop and Figma with like the ease of use of Canva. So that's the vision overall. And certainly like we want to dive into more like affinity type features where you can like add, like you see this effects panel, like we want to make this effects panel super scalable where you can like add all kinds of effects that will really adjust the text in ways that we can't imagine right now, like really warp it and things like that. And we're experimenting with those things for sure. So like the sky's the limit because we have a very scalable design tool with this workflow. We have our tools on the left, we have your editor on the right. It's got pretty much infinite space for us to keep including new features. And so that's the idea. Definitely want to include like lighting features and effects and all kinds of stuff that we can apply to any element for sure. I think one of the features, I mean, since we've been going over time anyway, I might as well talk about the icon feature, which is something that is very interesting. So when you add icons inside Glorify, which is kind of cool, let's go ahead and take some of these icons. For instance, we have like a cool library of glow in the dark icons, for instance, or this one. Okay, so this one is an icon by Icons 8. What's cool about icons, guys, is that you can also add a shape container and customize it and scale the icon, make a rounded corner, add a border to it. So really customize the look and feel of this icon till it's really your own creation. So it's got that flexibility. In fact, what I'll do is take the lighter tone here and then take that lighter tone, copy it over to the color over here. So just working with those settings, and you can even change the container type to like a hexagon to a square, a star, a heart, like whatever you want really. And let me go to back to that one. And yeah, rounded corners, increase rounded corners and increase the size. And then once you got your icon style, like here's an icon style for instance, you can simply duplicate that and create consistency in your icon packs, right? So we can go ahead and pick another icon, and let's go ahead and pick something like, let's go back to icons 8 and pick maybe something like this cloud icon over here. That didn't generate properly. There's something wrong with that. I'm not sure why. Oh, that one worked fine. Sometimes there's little issues with APIs we find, like when they call back the content. So we'll find out, but maybe you can use a different one like Noun Project as well, which is a great version. So we can try like this one here. There we go. So that worked perfectly. And then change the color. It should ideally just change the color automatically on replace. Probably an issue there as well, a little minor bug over there. But yeah, so cool way to create icons at scale.
Yeah, that's something cool as well, I believe. Okay,
Yeah,
Omar, this will be the last question. Then after that, I will go to the what do you call the giveaway draw. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you read that on the screen?
Does it have Lottie file editor? No, right now. So Lottie file is a very complex file format, and it's not compatible with our editor just yet. Some of the biggest companies only just recently made Lottie files compatible with their editors. So it is what it is, right? So I think our trajectory would be this: first animation, then with animation comes compatibility with GIFs, being able to export transitions and things like that, which I showed you earlier. And then once we complete that mission, could take us about a year to really optimize it and become super out of beta. And then beyond that, we'll start to move on towards like new frontiers like Lottie files and web optimized exports and things like that.
Okay, thank you. So let's do the draw now. Yeah, guys, this is the what I call the attendees. I think we have about more than 30. I mean, my screen shows 38 people online now, but then I only have 34 names submitted. So, guys, if you still around, you want to participate, just type in your name in the form. Then I will see whether I can put your name. So let's sort the name and see whether any repeated names. Sometimes people submit 2 times. Okay, I think we are good. So let's shuffle. And today we have 3 prizes: a pro plan, and we will draw 3 times. So if you do not win, you can always buy, of course. So before you forget, let's give you the link in case you didn't win. Okay, the deal link is very simple. Go.downloadsilo.com/glorify, and the deal will end 8th of February. Okay, so are you ready? So let's spin. Robert Minder, are you there to claim your prize? Please type your name. I'm not sure. I think he's not around. Okay, if you're not around, we will spin again. Okay, by the way, whoever win, you must actually ask a question before. If you don't ask any question, we will spin again. Okay, I give you a few seconds. I think he's not around to claim the prize. I will remove your name first. In case you are there, then we will see. You spin second name right now. Shuffle. Let's go. Bill out. Yeah, he should be around. He's from France. Okay, guys. Bill, please type your name in the chat below so that you can award the prize to you. Are you there? Or somebody please ping him. Oh, he's there. Congratulations, Bill up. You're here.
Hey, well done, Bilal.
Okay, let's remove your name and we will spin the last name. Sharif Ahmad. Sharif Ahmad, are you there? I think he's there, but I'm not sure. No? I think he left. Okay, Sharif, what question do you ask? I don't see you ask any question. To be fair, I mean, everybody should ask a question. Do you ask a question? And Robert Minder, do you ask a question? If you don't, both of you don't ask any question, the prize won't be yours. Because I don't see question from Robert Minder and Sharif Ahmad. I see a comment, by Sharif Ahmad. Is ice rain, but then that is not a question. Guys? No, I don't think you ask any question. Show me if you ask a question. Sorry, what is your question? You say you ask a question. What is your question? Robert Minder, what is your question? Show me. I want to give you the price, but then help me and help yourself. No, right? Because I scroll up and down, I see every question unless I miss. Okay, let's check. What question did you ask?
Lottie files. Does it have Lottie files, Lottie file editor, or any plan to do? So
Oh, this
yeah, that,
this is
that
asked by Roddy File?
apparently so. That's what the Sujit is saying. According, so I mean, if that's the case, we could just check. Yeah, he did ask that. To be fair, above Albert, I got it at 3:49 p.m. on my end. A few comments above via Facebook,
Okay.
and I think Robert Minder said, "Can we edit the image or remove background?"
Okay, good. Guys, both of you won the prize.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. You save us every time. Because sometimes some people just come in last minute and then hoping to win. But sometimes they win, but then they don't ask any question. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, you are the winners, Robert Minder, Bilal, and Sharif Ahmad. And we will announce officially through our Facebook,
We'll,
tell you
we'll
how
be
to claim
sending.
the prize.
Yeah, we'll be sending access code for the deal. So like, just go through the same purchase process and use the coupon code, and it will just unlock it for free in doing checkout. However, it's very important that we'll obviously notice this. Make sure the emails that you use are the ones that we recognize, because we don't want that code being accidentally given to someone else. Otherwise, we'll just remove that user, for instance.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, for the winners, please wait for the announcement from my side, before we can give you the prize. So, guys, I think I would say a big thank you to every one of you. It's actually more than 2 hours, already. 2 hours, 2 minutes. So, I was talking to Omar just now. How long should we have the webinar? I said we schedule for 60 minutes. If it's longer, if engagement, more question, we will drag. So this proved me wrong. So I was thinking maybe 1.5 hours at the most. Okay. Thank you,
I
Omar.
talked about it as well.
Okay, guys. Before we end, I would like to give some comment. This is one of the, I would say, a very detailed demo, and I find that Omar is actually very hands-on on his tool. He know his tool inside out, every place. So I can see him jumping here and there and tell you everything he knows. So guys, if you think that this is something that you can actually replace or so-called complement, maybe Canva. I mean, Canva is a big name, billion-dollar company. We are not here yet, maybe Omar are not here yet, are not there yet. So give him a try or buy it, or else you have to, maybe by 8th of February they will take it out. Okay, Omar, do you have anything to say before we end?
Yeah, sometimes we do offer, while you're available, we do have a campaign countdown right now that's initiating all the way till the 8th. Like I said, that signpost could change a little bit depending on the feedback we get, or some of the next deal affiliates, if they change some of their dates, could be something. But what's really important here to bear in mind is that, thanks for that, Justin. I really appreciate that comment. What's really important to maintain when it comes to this deal. So one thing to bear in mind is that we sometimes offer via our exclusive email list a lucky draw, and so the lucky draw, the way it works is that we source a pool of users, and we try to only engage active users, mainly people that actually use the tool, and then we see that they're navigating it. Once a month, we shoot out an email for people to get an official discount. It's a limited discount attributed to only a few people within a pool of emails, and they will be lucky enough to grab a discount. We might be launching one of those emails. We're discussing it with the team already, and hopefully launch a lucky draw email with a discount code for people to buy into the lifetime deal. And this could be anywhere between 15 to 30%. So stay tuned for that. It's not a big promise, but it's something we're discussing, and it's always a surprise. We like to keep it as a surprise for our users.
Okay, thank you, Omar. And guys, thank you for staying up for 2 hours with us. And we hope to see you in the next webinar. Thank you.